Today, I want to share with you my #FishFam news interview with Randy Reed. Don't go anywhere. Most of you might know him from the Aquarius podcast, which is an awesome piece of content that he creates. He has also been hired on as the director of operations for Aquarium Co-op. That's a pretty new thing. I'm really excited for him. I'm really happy for him. And it was really an awesome opportunity to meet him in person and get to do a little interview. So check it out. All right, guys, I'm here at the Aquatic Experience with Randy Reed of Aquarius podcast. If most of you might know him on the internet. Really awesome idea you came up with there.
Oh, thank you. I mean, it's I was very surprised that there wasn't already like an interview style podcast in the space. I love listening to interview style podcasts and all sorts of different facets of hobbies that I'm interested in. And so when I found out there weren't any, I was kind of bummed out. So I said, hey, why not go ahead and start one? And I think it's been pretty well received. And yeah, I've just had a blast doing 34 plus episodes of just talking to amazing people all over the hobby, and it's been a fantastic experience. So
yeah, I have to say I've watched a few, listened to a few of them myself, and you've got some really cool people on your podcast lately.
Yeah, I mean there's some people in the hobby that are absolute titans that I'm so fortunate to have interviewed. People like Lawrence Kent, Greg Steves, Jim Cumming. I mean, those are just the cichlid guys. Corey McElroy.
Dean Tweedle, which I went to Peru with him and Corey, but yeah, he's a really good guy.
Yeah, good old master breeder Dean.
He's funny. He keeps me laughing.
Yeah, I'm in the greater Seattle area, so is Dean and Corey, and so I bribed Dean with some Mexican food lunch to let me over into his fish room, and so we had a wonderful day hanging out with Dean and getting a chance to interview him. And he's been featured on some of the Aquarium Co-op videos, but he's a lifelong hobbyist. He's a lifelong breeder before before any of this publicity that we have now. He just has a passion for it, and he's been doing it since he was a kid, and so 50 some odd years in the hobby. That's amazing. Yeah. So being able to share those kinds of stories with the audience, and like I said, it's been pretty well received, and listeners all over the country, all 50 states, and global as well. So it's phenomenal. So
yeah, and it's funny because a lot of people are like, we love what he's doing, we want to get him on camera and doing some video, but I think that you do definitely, you created your own your space, and it's really creative, and it's just something for us to all eat up, to sit there and enjoy just the people you're getting. You're getting really good people, which makes it, I think that's what it's all about. We all want to hear about what these people are doing and their experiences and their knowledge and their opinions of the hobby and the future of the hobby and stuff like that.
I feel like I'm just along for the ride. I mean, it's just bringing these awesome guests to a broader audience, and I'm just kind of the conduit, the medium to make that happen. So I just feel fortunate that they're willing to sacrifice 30 minutes to an hour of their time just to talk to a complete stranger.
Right?
So again, blessed and fortunate. So
yeah, it's fun. I like sitting here doing this with you. I definitely personally enjoy the interview process kind of thing, because you're really getting to know somebody. It's kind of a really relaxing and enjoyable thing to do. I could see where you enjoy what you're doing, and I'm sure it's something you enjoy. It's not so much work.
It's enjoyable, but sometimes though I feel like I'm on my tippy toes, always thinking of what the next question is, what's the next kind of, what's the next lead in, because again, it's all an audio experience, where this, the viewer gets to supplement it obviously with viewing.
Yeah,
right?
They can be distracted by the tanks behind us a little bit.
Exactly.
Or something. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Where if I'm trying to entertain and inform somebody that's just driving into work, obviously they're focused on driving, but it's an auditory experience. So I'm always thinking of what is the next question, how do I go back and unpack a little bit more of a statement that maybe they said, that there's a lot of good nuggets of information there that I want to know. I'm personally curious, and if I'm curious, then hopefully the rest of the audience will be curious as well. So it's fun, but it is also, at times it feels like work, and I did not expect that. I really didn't. So I hope that's not something that prevents me from having a lot more longevity, and I hope that I continue to enjoy it and can continue to bring these episodes for some time to come.
Well, we hope to as well, because it's definitely something to look forward to, like your next podcast. I'm watching the camera, making sure nobody runs into it.
We gotta get in there and Save
Yeah.
the monopod.
So you're enjoying yourself here at the Aquatic Experience. You've been here before?
No, this is my first time. This is
really?
my first
Awesome.
ever Aquatic Experience. It has been a absolutely fantastic experience playing on the title there, but it's been wonderful.
Yeah. And it is an experience, that's for sure.
I was concerned that I was gonna run out of things to do on day one, but there have been so many people here to meet, so many awesome products, so many awesome visual experience. I mean, right now you're seeing the large tank aquascaping contest. That's the winner right there. I mean, you can stay in this section for half a day and just look and enjoy these tanks. So 3 days, honestly, maybe it's not enough, but I've been able to fill my time, listen to amazing presentations from world-class speakers. It's been fantastic. I cannot recommend people coming to this enough.
No, it's just, there's a lot of events around the United States that happen annually. And I have to say, especially for the content creators like the YouTube community, this is obviously #1 for us. But it definitely pulls a lot of people together. This being in the tri-state area, I hope they stay here in New Jersey for a while. I really think this is a good location for this event. It's been fun. I'm having a good time. Is there anything like in particular that you really, really like that that really stood out for you?
I mean, that feels like asking which one your favorite fish, your favorite tank is.
Right.
I mean, there's just so much amazing things going on here. The products, so seeing products from the kind of mom and pop shops, maybe like mom and pop inventors, creators, that there's so many innovative new things out there that if you're not really into what's happening in the hobby on forums and whatnot, maybe you might miss some of these products, as that might be their only avenue for little kids walking by. Maybe their only avenue for advertising. But there's some really cool products out there, and there's some amazing people. I know I've been able to line up probably the next half a year worth of guests.
Oh yeah.
Just being here, and not just retailers, but various fish clubs, and just like I like to span the entire hobby. People like yourself, so
that makes me feel good. You're not going to go anywhere. You got plenty of content. Plenty of content.
Yeah. As long as everybody follows through and they're cool with, again, talking to a complete stranger. But I mean, there's just so much here that I can't even say, like, every single booth, even if it's saltwater stuff. Like, I like to make fun of saltwater people, but no, I mean, even the saltwater stuff is absolutely amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Super
Stunning.
innovative. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got anything new coming up? Anything in the future we can look forward? Any cool interviews that?
So
you can reveal to us.
Yeah, so I can.
Too much of a surprise.
Not so much of a surprise, but actually I posted it on Instagram, so I think people can kind of allude to if I show up in an Instagram photo with somebody, there's probably a good chance that there may be an interview pending, or I've already interviewed them. So Rosario LaCorte, who is an absolute titan and legend in this hobby. He's about to be 90 years old, if he's not already 90. I can't remember what he said, but I actually had a chance to have this person who's been collecting fish since before World War II in my hotel room, doing an interview with him, and it was just an amazing 30 to 45 minute conversation to talk with Rosario LaCorte, to talk about his new book that he just put out. I think it's an Aquarist journey, and just talk a little bit about that and just about his experience. And honestly, if you're in the tropical fish hobby, we have so much to thank for Rosario LaCorte. Some of the tetras, I mean, there's a good number of fish that we have because of him in this hobby. That's readily available, that's commercially available. So the guy knew Herbert Axelrod. He went down to Brazil with Herbert Axelrod. Like, and I was able to talk to him. And I have a signed book by him that it's actually available on Amazon, and I'm going to plug it on my on the podcast when I release that episode. But I will preface it though by saying, I think I did a decent job in the interview, but it doesn't do the man justice. Like, that one conversation, like, I did not do him justice in terms of who he is and his experience in the hobby. So, I would encourage you to listen to the episode, but also take it with a grain of salt that he is so much more than what I was able to try and capture, and that you should get his book that just came out to really understand who he is and get so much of a better feel for Rosario LaCorte and what he's done in the hobby.
Very cool. Well, I look forward to that interview.
Awesome.
That'd be really awesome to listen to. Very cool. Well, thank you for your time here at the Aquatic Experience. This is truly a blast. It's like the last day. We're going to get through this. I'm going to go find some plants and spend some money.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate it.
I would say for your listeners too, I'm gonna get you on the phone one of these days, and I want to unpack just who you are, how you ended up on the Virgin Islands, and just all about that experience, and what your take is on that, and So I would love to bring your story to my audience as well, and hopefully your listeners would appreciate that, and bounce on over and check out an episode.
I would totally enjoy that. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the Aquatic Experience.
Thank you, man.
All right, take care. Thank you guys so much for watching this #FishFam News interview with Randy Reed. It was super awesome to meet this guy. I have to say I could have talked to him for hours, and I look forward to possibly getting on the Aquarius podcast one day myself. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed to this content, you like it and you want to see more of it, please go ahead and click on that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit that bell icon for all notifications. And remember guys, keep your tanks clean, your fish fed, and have fun.